editing. I love editing. Let's go sit down, do some editing. Editing, boy. Another day, another bit of editing, and another bit of progress. It's going well. 2 days in a row currently where I'm actually editing and doing stuff. So let's crack straight on with it. Get into the progress of my hardcore Iron Man. Boom! It's going well. Pretty chuffed. Jeez. So we are hopping straight into it with probably the hardest quest I've ever done. Gertrude's Cat. Right, this was an easy quest, but the main reason I've done it now, and I should have done it ages ago, is because I've been doing a lot of Wintertod, and you can trade them in for death runes, which everyone seems to do, and I've always wondered why people have all these kittens and that. But yeah, it's incredible. 200 death runes because I've done the easy Ardy diary for feeding a cat every like half an hour. It's mad. And the main aim I'm doing that for is to eventually go to Barrows. It's kind of like the first sort of goal I have in mind. I've never done Barrows before, and I want to try it. I want to get some gear from it. It'll be the first sort of like boss, like smaller sort of boss on that sort of scale to get some like good drops and get some stuff for the account. Yo, you know we're not messing about right now. Second clip, 99 fire making. Done though. How big is that? First 99 on the account. Main reason I got this out of the way is because the damage it does like increases as you get more health. And I think it's just going to be a pain to like waste a load of resources on it later on. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to smash it out. I was quite a high level anyway. So I just stuck with it. Got to 99. Got a pretty decent in-slot item with the skill cape. So I thought, you know what? All in all, it's going to help with combat anyway. Might as well get it done. Might get some good stuff. And you know I couldn't leave Wintertod, yeah, without bigging up my west side, Donnies. You know, always like turf wars going on at Wintertod, east and west, but you know west is the best side. And throughout my time there, I made sure I was loyal, stayed on that west side the whole time. So before I left, I had to say, yo, good luck to them all. They know, they're the real ones out there. They're the real ones. Now, unfortunately, the RNG gods at Jagex were not too kind to me. They were kind to me. I eventually managed to get 4 tomes from Wintertod, so I think that's pretty good going. 1 in 1,000 chance, and I managed to get 4 tomes. So even if I die with one and I lose it, I've always got one as backup, or I can trade them in for more pages if I ever need them. However, the main thing I was really looking forward to was getting a dragon axe. I really wanted to get it then. It would have been so much easier, saved a lot of time and hassle, would have helped out with woodcutting further into the account, but it just means that I've got to go and try something new again because I've never done Dagonoths. And I think that's where you get them from, so it'll be a new thing to try out and do eventually once I get the combat level, but it would have been nice to get it a bit sooner. I also didn't get a pet. Now, I'm not too upset about that. I know a lot of people do like getting a pet, and it would have been cool to get a pet. Like, I've never had a pet before, obviously, and it would be nice to have on this account. However, eventually, once I either like max this account or get bored, I can always go back and try and scout for pets, but I'm hoping that at some point during the series I will at least get one pet from something. The one I want the most is the giant mole because I think it looks cool, but hopefully I'll get a skeleton pet just by AFK and I won't realise or something like that, but no pet either. And this is it. I've made it. This is the start of my account basically. This is where it all begins. I start doing all my combat, all my slayer, and just actually play the game instead of living at Wintertod forever. So I began my journey by doing a little bit of crafting, not fighting unfortunately, but I thought I'd hit 43 to get the Ring of Life, which was nice. You know, it means that I can save myself, or the game will automatically save myself if I'm being a bit of a melt. I'm not paying attention, things like that. But I mainly did it to get 45 so I could make maple birdhouses for my birdhouse runs. Maple's a bit of an easier resource to get for me than teak, and it's just easier, it's just quicker, and more XP, hopefully more bird's nests. Then I decided to actually start getting into combat, thought I'd get a bit more serious about it, so I went to do the waterfall quest because it gives you quite a lot of XP and strength and attack, and normally people do it at the start of their account and then jump up like a lot of levels, but I just wasn't confident. I've never done the quest before and I didn't want to risk having like low health and dying, so I made sure that I did it when I had a few stats and a few hit point levels. I don't know why yet, but sometimes like when my stats aren't even, it kind of bugs me. Like if it doesn't end in a 0 or a 5, it just annoys me. I've had like 49 even for ages. It's like, well, why don't you just get it to 50? It'll take like 2 seconds. So I decided for my combat stats, because they're all over the place, I got base 40s. So I did defense, then I went on to attack so that I could equip some gear if I needed to, if I got any rune drops, say, and then I got 40 strength and 40 range. So now I have a wider variety of items that I can try and attain and equip onto my character just to make him a bit better. Now, once I had these combat stats, I thought, you know, it's now my time to shine. I can go fight a few monsters. I did waterfall quests, so it unlocked fire giants, so I was thinking, you know what, I can go try and get my first rune item. Rune is very expensive to buy from the shop, so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to try and attain it myself. Bought full Addy gear. I'm going to go save spot some fire giants and do all of that. But anyway, for now I'm going to leave it there. I'm trying to make these a little bit shorter until I've caught up with footage. I've realised I don't have that much footage. Like, there's a lot of footage, but the clips that I take from them are quite short, so it shouldn't take too long to catch up. Then I can start streaming and uploading a few more videos a bit quicker. I'm also planning on releasing like a little series on the easy clue scrolls, because I've been doing a lot of them. And I've tried finding videos on them. I know some of them don't really need them, but I sometimes find like a visual aid is easier than just reading where you want to go. And some of the ones on YouTube are either really old or just kind of like lower quality. So I'm going to make like really short, really quick, simple guides to them. And yeah, try something like that in between doing all my progress videos. So as always, thank you if you've stuck along for this long. Check out the rest of the series if you haven't. Follow me on Twitter, Twitch, you know, all them sort of standard things. Like, dislike, subscribe. I think I always say subscribe twice, but that's mental games, isn't it? I'm ingraining it into your head. You'll be like, oh man, I should subscribe. Comment any training advice, any tips, any questions you think I should do, anything that like lower level accounts should really have done and I haven't, you know, any advice would be great. And yeah, as always, cheers for watching and hope you're well.